Recording. Great. All right. So you might want to get a blanket. So do you see how I set up my mat over there? I have a blanket and a block. So you're going to need a blanket and a block for this class. And I actually put 2 yoga blankets down because I just want to show you what to do in case you have get a lot of foot cramps, because we're going to start in a pose called Virasana. And so people that get foot cramps don't love this pose, but it's actually a good pose. And so we're going to start in that pose. So if you can set your mat up with a blanket, and you're going to need a block. You're going to need a block here. And I'm going to, so if you have foot cramps and you find, you see how my feet are just, my toes are pointing straight back. And so sometimes for people that have a lot of cramping that goes on in the feet, if you just kind of roll the mat and then you just kind of put the tops of your ankles on top of the mat like that. Do you see how my foot is in just a little bit of flexion now, dorsiflexion? So it's much gentler on the back of the foot. You're gonna take your block and I put it on level 2, right? So it's level 2. I'm gonna put it in between my ankles and I'm gonna sit up nice and high on the block. My block, I got to get it right on the roll there. So this is super comfortable. So if you have real sensitive knees, the higher you sit, the easier it is. And if you have foot cramps, if you place a roll underneath and let the foot be in just a little bit of dorsiflexion, you'll find that you can actually sit in Virasana. This is a challenging pose for many, but we are going to sit higher. If this is not working for you, simply sit on a block, right? So sit up nice and high. You can put the block on the mat and sit up high in cross-legged position, whatever feels good. But if you can tolerate this, if this feels okay, we're going to start in Virasana. So sitting nice and tall here. We're going to do for the next 8 weeks, so spring practice. So as the season changes, our practice changes. And spring is really this time where energy is moving in and up, right? It's a really strong transformational energy in the earth. It's the energy that cracks the seeds and seed, right? And pushes little buds up through the earth. But at the same time, the earth is heavy and wet. And so those qualities we also feel in our body. It's a time of congestion. People can feel, people that suffer with sinusitis and congestion can really feel it this time of year. So the practice is one that's energizing, moving energy up, really strengthening the back line of the body, but also forward folding because that relieves congestion. So sitting up nice and tall, feel the sit bones rooting into the block. Draw the belly in and the tailbone down. Soften the shoulders and lengthen the spine. Draw your ears towards the shoulders and feel yourself really sitting up nice and tall here. You can press the toenails into the mat if that feels okay. And the fronts of the shins resting on the earth. Earth is supporting you, holding you up here. And I want you to watching the breath, but I want you to pay attention to the exhale. So taking a nice inhale through the nose for say a count of 2 or 3, lengthen the exhale. And as you exhale, belly draws toward the spine. This is super important because in the winter, we're really trying to stretch the chest cavity. Now we want to really strengthen the diaphragm. We want that diaphragm to be able to pull inward and up. Inhale, right? So the inhale is a little bit shorter. You're expanding the belly and really pay attention to the exhale. As you pull the belly in, diaphragm's going to dome up into the chest cavity. 2 more breaths here, just focusing on the exhale, slowing down that exhale, and really drawing that energy in and up. So diaphragm moves in and up. Last breath. Your arms down by the side. And now reach the arms up over the head on the inhale. And on the exhale, lower the arms down. Tuck the chin, belly to spine. This time, come on up onto the knees. So inhale and come up on the knees, reach up. On the exhale, bring the hands behind you, bowing down. Forehead comes right down to the floor. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Forehead towards the floor, using the strength of the back to lift you up. Inhale up. When a new child is born, right, with babies, the first line of when they're born, the first line of the body that has to be strengthened is this back body line, right? So they do a lot of extension of the spine. Last time, sweep up. And now sit back down onto the block. Take the left hand down by the side. And this is a big side bend because you're up on the block, and bring the arm up and over the head. Take a deep breath into the right side body, tent the fingers. And then let's switch to the other side. So right arm comes down, left arm up and over. Take a nice deep breath into the left side body. And then move through this 3 more times. So 3 times to each side. Move with the breath and just notice like how your breath sort of syncs up with the movement. Let the breath guide the movement. Let inhales lift you up. Exhale, right? Go into lateral flexion. 1 more time to each side. We're warming up the spine, bringing movement to the vertebrae. And then come on back to center. Step the right foot forward. Come on up onto the right foot. And then lift the right arm up into the air. Left hand comes to the sacrum. Press the sacrum down as you twist. So nice long spine, no arching through the back. Minimize that low back arch by pressing down. And hold. And then release that twist. Inhale, both arms reach up. And exhale, twist to the bent leg. Right? Let's just move through this a few times. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, twist. And last time, inhale, arms reach. Exhale to twist. Bring the hands up, right? Left arm up, right arm reaches for the back left leg. And then both hands come in front. Take your block to the front. Place the block on the left side. Extend the right leg long and fold over the right leg. So here's our half split pose here. Press into the block so you're not rounding. See, if I press into the block, I can get a nice long spine and I can drag my heart forward. Keep the leg as straight as you can. You're supporting the weight, so you don't have to worry about hyperextension so much here. Take 1 more breath here. Really lengthen the exhale, nice long exhale. And then bring that foot back in. And take that right knee, down to meet the left. Take the block behind you and sit back down onto the block. Inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, hands come right to the heart. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, arms reach. And then exhale, take the hand to the knee, left hand to the hip, and just twist open. Gentle press on the knee, on the outside of the knee there to deepen the twist. And then let's take 3 dynamic twists. So arms reach up, and these are closed twists. These are very stabilizing for the hips. We're twisting towards the bent knee. There's one. Inhale, reach, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist with a long spine. And last one, inhale up. And exhale, come to a twist. Right arm comes down, left arm reaches up. Reverse. And then come on out of that, grab your block while you're there. Take the block into the right hand, extend the left leg long, and take a fold. So here's our lengthening the leg, right? So we're working a lot with folded legs, and then we're lengthening. Press into the block and drag the spine forward. Take another breath here, and really lengthen your exhale as you fold towards that extended leg. Good. Come on up. And now we're just going to sort of come forward. So stay exactly where you are here. Just bring that right leg behind you and plug the left foot into the floor. Take the block. You can place the block over, place the block to this side, and then reach your arms up overhead. We're going to move 3 times from gate pose, right, to extended angle pose. Now, if you're not on blankets like I am, you don't need to use the block probably. I'm just using it because I'm up higher, so I don't want to sort of go too deep. Up and over. Next time you come over, stay right here. Spin the palm towards the ceiling, look up, find a tiny back bend, reach back, opening the armpit, reaching long with the fingertips, stargazer pose. Don't collapse into that right arm. Take one more breath, breathe into the hip, really press into the left foot, breathe into the left hip, and then sweep the arm down. Bring the left leg in and extend the right leg. Turn your toes in, make your block nice and flat, or don't use a block. Inhale, arms to reach, and then exhale to gate pose. So 3 times, and then we're gonna find stargazer pose. Exhale and over. Move with the breath. Inhale up and over, and exhale. Find that extended angle. Now, turn your palm towards the ceiling. Lift the heart to the sky. Lift your gaze. You're looking up at the sky. Reach back with the arm. Open up the armpit. Open up the the right rib cage. And then sweep that arm down. And then both knees can come in front of you. Inhale as you reach up, and exhale as the hands come to the heart. Good. Curl the toes under and sink back. Now see if you can sit. We started in Virasana. Can you now sit on your feet? Look at my feet. My toes are curled under, and I'm stretching the fascia in the back of the feet. Inhale as you reach your arms up. Exhale, come into cactus arms. Take the left arm to the bottom and the right arm underneath. See if you can make a bind with this, so it's like a twist, and get the palms together. If that doesn't work, right, just backs of the hands together. If that doesn't work, you're just gonna give yourself a nice big hug with the right elbow on top. Inhale as you lift, and exhale as you lower down. Feel the stretch between the shoulder blades. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. The big squeeze in, squeezing the arms together. And now release, just release the arms. Good, and come on all the way up. And then the hands come to the heart. We'll do the second one. If that was, you can sit back down if that stretch was okay. Otherwise, we'll do the other side up. And so in this one, the right arm is in center. Left arm comes underneath. Is that how we did it? Or the other way? Sorry guys, I think it was the other way. So this time the left arm's on top. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Squeezing in. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. And last one, lift. And lower, release the bind, right? So releasing that squeeze, those were eagle arms. You can just sort of fly the arms like an eagle and then come back into tabletop. I'm gonna, at this point, I'm gonna put my blankets off to the side and then meet me in tabletop. Have a block at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, look up, and then exhale and round through the spine. Pull the belly to the back. Inhale, open. And exhale for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And one more time. Inhale for 1 and 2. And then exhale for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And come to tabletop. Walk the hands forward slightly. Knees are wide. Sink back. Toes are curled under. High child pose. And then come on up and drop the hips into a low cobra. Move through these 2 postures. Exhale as you come into child. Inhale as you come into cobra. One more time. Child to cobra. And then we're going to sink back into child and come right into downward facing dog. So sink into child, press up through the balls of the feet, and come into a first down dog of the day. Maybe, right? Maybe. Keep your knees slightly bent. And we've also been doing a lot of bent knee stuff. So let's slowly start releasing the back line of the leg. So bringing the heels towards the floor, walk the dog out. And then walk the hands to the feet. Walk the hands all the way back to the feet. And when you get to the feet, can you press into the heels, lift the toes. We're going to energize the back line and then just reach the arms up. Find a chair pose that's comfortable for you to sit in. Keep the toes lifted. As you lift the toes, can you feel the back line of the leg and the quads really fired up here? Hold chair pose for 3. 2 more breaths. And for 2, and for 1, and forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, and then exhale to fold. Bend in through the knees, sweep the arms up. And on the exhale, let the fingertips graze the earth, come into a little ball, like a little seed. Inhale, press up, right? Growing. Exhale, back into a little seed. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And last time, inhale to lift. And then hands come right to the heart. Bring the hands down. Palms face forward. Find your mountain pose. Nice, strong mountain. There's your pause, right? It's a little tiny rest here in mountain pose. The legs are still active, belly and tailbone down. Bring your hands down towards the floor and walk yourself back into down dog. Keep the knees bent or start reaching through the heels, right? All that energy we created in the backs of the legs, now start reaching, stretching through the heels. Release the head. And see if you can feel on the exhale the belly hollowing out. So it's how you're floating your ribs. If you're floating the pelvis. Pelvis is floating right in the center. Weight is pressing back. And when you're in that alignment, you can feel a hollowing out in the belly with downward facing dog. Now walk your feet to the top of the mat. Top of the mat, take the hands to the hips. Really press into the heels as you root to rise. Inhale as you reach the arms up over the head. Here's our twisted chair, dynamic twisted chair twist, right? So we're gonna do 3 times on each side. Inhale up, exhale, twist. So as you twist, let the, as you twist here to the right, let the left knee come forward and lift the left heel, right? Make it really, that's how we twist in real life. Yeah, so make this a nice functional movement, make it really smooth. Last time, twist to the other side, right? Lift the heel, knee comes forward. And both arms reach, hands come to the heart. Inhale and lift the left leg. I'm gonna face you so you can see me. Inhale and lift the left leg up. Bakasana, find your balance here. Cross the left leg over and squeeze in. You can take those eagle arms because the left knee's on top, the left elbow's on the bottom, right arm's on top. Squeeze everything in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep squeezing everything in. Inhale, lift. Arms lift slightly. Exhale, lower. This is eagle pose. And now you can lift all the way up. Release. And let the arms just sort of reach up, right, and come down. All right, up with the arms. Let's try Bakasana on the other side. Right leg lifts and hold. Find your balance. Notice your balance. If you're having, if it's challenging holding Bakasana, it's going to be super challenging with eagle pose because your arms are in front of your face. So you can use a block, right? You're going to cross, put your toes on a block. Squeeze, everything's squeezing in. Right knee's on top, so right elbow's on the bottom. Yeah, inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze deeper. And lift, and squeeze, and lift, and squeeze, and we're gonna release. Ready? Just release everything out. Step nice and wide. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands come right through heart center, forward fold. Okay, so I want you to, we're gonna wide leg forward fold. Remember, forward folds are really nice for congestion. So let the head just sort of hang. Feet are nice and wide. And you have to find the balance between coming too far forward, right? And your heels easily lift. Heels should not easily lift, or too far back, and then you can't press into the mounds of the big toe. Okay, find the balance there. You should be able to press into the mound of the big toe, the mound of the pinky toe, and the heel, but keep your toes lifted. Release the head down, and on the exhale, the belly's coming towards the spine. Pelvis is floating right in the center. Feel the hollowing out of the belly. And then if you're on the side of the mat like I am, walk your hands to the front and step both feet to the top of your mat. That's our transition. It's going to be that wide leg forward fold. Inhale as you reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Left foot's forward. The right foot steps back. Turn the right toes out. If they were on a clock, it would be 1 o'clock. Hips are forward, bend into the knee. Here's your warrior, strong warrior pose. So people tend to sort of overarch here, draw the belly in, draw the tailbone down, sweep the arms up over the head. And then on the exhale, tap the ankle, tap the knee or the shin, but make it smooth 6 times. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. That's 2, 4 more, 3. Really smooth, smooth movements and smooth breath. Strengthening that left hip with that forward fold. I lost count, so I think that's about 6. Come on up. Find your warrior. Bring the arms out to the side. Open-hearted warrior. Squeeze the shoulder blades without puffing the chest forward. Belly and tailbone down. And then bring both hands down onto the floor. You might need a block here. I'm going to place my right hand on a block, come up onto the ball of the right foot and take a twisted lunge. So again, we're twisting towards the bent knee. Inhale as you reach the arm up over the head and lift the hips. Exhale, keep the hips lifted, just lower the arm. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Can you lift the highest this time? Lift as high as you can. Press up. And then exhale, bring both hands to frame the foot. Back right foot steps forward. All 10 toes face forward. Bring your block to level 3, hand on the block. My left hand, my peace fingers are in the left hip crease. Draw the left hip crease back as you press into that right block. Heart drags forward. And now there's a lot of weight here over that extended leg, right? So just be a little mindful. Make sure you can wiggle that left knee a tiny bit. Take one more breath here on the exhale. Can you fold a little bit deeper? And then bend into the knee and come to stand. So bring that right foot to meet the left. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, hands come right through heart center, forward fold. Have a soft bend in the knee. So protecting the back, just release the head. So nice benefits of the forward fold without hurting the back. Keep a soft bend in the knee. Forward fold's really good in this, a really good thing to do in the spring. Hands to the hips, come back to stand. This time the right foot forward, left foot steps back. Feet are hip width distance apart. My left toes are turned out. If they were on a clock, they would be at 11 o'clock. Bend into the right knee. Hips forward, tailbone in, belly, tailbone down, belly in. Reach the arms up. 6 times, right? We're going to tap the knee, tap the shin, or tap the heel, whatever feels, the ankle, whatever feels right. This is number 2. Move with the breath. Really smooth, yeah? We're paying a lot of attention to the breath and moving through transitions. This is a big transition time. This is a really big transition time, right? This is where there is the most energy in the earth. Tap and up. And the last time, tap. Come on up and find that open-hearted warrior. So arms reach up without splaying the ribs forward. Keep pulling the belly in and the tailbone down. Find your open-hearted warrior here. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale as the arms reach up and then let the hands frame the foot. Come on to the ball of the back foot and twist open. Arm reaches up over the head as you lift the hips. On the exhale, don't sink the hips too low. Just lower the arm down. The hips are going to come down naturally just a tiny bit. Keep lifting up. Keep pressing up, right? Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then both hands come to frame the foot. I'm going to use level 3 block under the left hand as I step the left foot forward. All 10 toes face forward. Here's your straight leg fold. Support it with the block. Fingertips, peace fingers to the right hip crease. Pull the right hip back. And feel the whole of the attachments of the hamstring there. All 4 attachments. On the back of the sit bones there. Take one more breath here. And then bend into the knee and step the foot forward. Step to the long side of the mat. Nice and wide stance here. Keep the block next to the left foot. Inhale as you reach the arms up, come right through the center and take that forward fold. Find the balance, right, between coming too far forward and too far back. Find the place, that sweet spot where the pelvis can float and you can feel a hollowing out in the belly with the exhale. Lengthen the exhale. Option to bring your fingertips forward, tenting the fingertips into like a down dog, just to get a little stretch in the shoulders there, but no pressure on the neck, no pressure on the shoulders. Take one more breath here, bend into the knees, and come to stand. Reach the arms wide, star pose, arms reach up over the head, heels and toes out, sink into goddess. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, right? Without release, letting those ribs go. Keep everything knit in. So we're containing the energy, but we're expanding out. Take one more breath here and then come to stand. Shift your toes to the left. Take the hands to the hips. My right hip comes slightly forward and the hand comes to, I use level 3 on the block for triangle pose, to the outside of the ankle and twist open. You can take the hand behind you if you'd like, right? That helps sort of twist open a little more, get that opening. And as long as your shoulder is pointing straight up to the ceiling and not forward, right? As long as it's pointed straight up, you can take the arm up and over the ear. For this version of triangle today, really lengthening out the side body. Take a couple nice deep breaths here in triangle pose. Now inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, bring the hand down by the side and look down to the foot. So just moving the arm. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, arm comes down, look down. Last one, inhale, up and lengthen. Good, now bend into the knee. Sink a little deeper, spin the palm to the ceiling, and then heart to the sky, stargazer pose. Look up. You can stay right here in stargazer, or you can take a bind. This is what the bind looks like. Hand comes behind you, and the leg and the arm that was holding onto the block reaches for the hand behind. Helps twist you open just a little bit more. Release. And come to a reverse. And then bring both arms to the side and spin the toes in, hands come to the heart. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, heels and toes out, sink into goddess. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. You might want to grab that block because we're going to do triangle, a dynamic triangle to stargazer sequence on the other side, and then come back to stand. Shift the toes to the right. Place the block to the outside of the right foot. Left hip has to come forward. It has to come forward and down, yeah? Take the right hand, place it on the block. Move the block back to the ankle. And set up a nice foundation for triangle. So here's my foundation. And honestly, I could stay here for an hour, right? Because it feels totally comfortable because I'm high enough. Right? There's no clogging in here. My shoulder is just a little bit higher than the hip. So it's giving me freedom. And as I breathe, I can feel breath going into the right side of my body as well as my left. Take the hand behind you, right? Because we're going to try a bind later. So this is the beginning of a bind. Slide the hand behind you. You're looking for the thigh, the right thigh there. I'm tapping my right thigh. And look up. Reach the arm up over the head and then up over the ear. So we'll do that 3 times, right? We're just gonna look up. On the exhale, you look down. So nothing moves except the arm. Here we go, nice and smooth. Look up, arm reaches up. Exhale, look down. And last one, inhale as you look up. And exhale. That hand comes down. Bend into the knee. You might have to walk the foot back just a tiny bit. And you come into, hand is still on the block. And now take the arm up over the head, spin the palm to the sky, and open the heart, look up towards the sky. Now, if this is bothering your neck, look, just take your hand like this to the back of the head. Let your head rest in the hand as you gaze towards the sky. Stargazer pose, stay right here or go for the bind, right? So if you remember how to do the bind, the hand just comes behind you. This is an option. And the other hand comes in front and you bind. Very strong. You have to have a really strong hip to do that, yeah? Release the bind. Bring that arm down. All 10 toes face forward. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, let's take that forward fold. So hands come right through heart center. And just take the forward fold, or you can take that version of down dog where you reach forward with the arms. Lengthen your exhale. Can you feel the belly moving? Yeah, on the inhale, you can feel the belly expand. On the exhale, in this position with the arms over your head, it's going to naturally, the way your anatomy is, it will support that pulling up into the diaphragm. So really get that diaphragm moving. Really pulling the belly in on the exhale. Imagine that you're expelling any sort of stickiness, sluggishness, torpor, right, of the winter. Getting rid of all the carbon dioxide. And then walk your hands to center. And bend into the knees and come to stand. Heel toe your feet in. You're going to need your block. Let your feet be a little wider than the hips. And then heels and toes out and come to sit on the block. So come into a supported garland pose. Elbows to the knees. Press the knees out using the elbows. And then pressing into those sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. Nice long spine. Take a couple breaths here. And then release the hands behind you. Take the block away and come to sit. Bring your feet wide. So we did a wide leg forward fold multiple times in standing. Let's just do it in sitting. You may need a little, your blankets are here, so pop a blanket underneath you, and that's going to help with your wide leg forward fold. Toes point straight up to the ceiling. Activate your legs, press the heels into the floor, and imagine that you're trying to pull your legs together, right? So you're activating the inner line of the leg. Imagine you're trying to pull the legs together, fingertips in front of you, and just hinge. You're not going to go very far when you're doing it this way, so don't worry about that. Just hinging forward slightly, rocking onto that anterior surface of those sit bones. And then walking yourself back. Take the feet together. Draw the left knee in, okay? So Ardha Matsyendrasana. So this is a pose. This is actually a pose for osteoporosis. Again, I am just gonna put a blanket underneath me, just so that maybe you will too, because this is a nice one to do with a blanket, okay? I'm just sitting up a little higher, creating a little more space for the twist, right? All right, so left knee comes in. And if it feels okay, I'm gonna have you cross the left knee over the right leg, okay? So you're in a little bit of a pelvic rotation here. Take the left hand behind you, and you got to really press into the left hand. As you press into the left hand, you're going to sit up taller. Take the right arm and wrap it. So as you wrap, really reach through the heel of the right foot and twist. Both sit bones pressing into the floor. And that's my base. That's where the twist is starting from. And then it's this gentle twist up the spine. If you want to take it deeper, you're going to take the elbow to the inside of the leg. You can press a little bit, and that's only if your body allows that. Okay, it really depends on how long your arms are versus how long your trunk is. There's no one right way to do this. Whatever feels right in your body. So listen to your body. Keep pressing through the backhand. Unwind a little bit with the inhale to encourage spinal extension, right? Lengthening of the spine. Exhale, you're just going to twist a little deeper and you're going to hold. And let's do one more breath. We're going to hold for 2 seconds at the end of the exhale. So inhale and then exhale, twist, pull the belly to the spine and hold your breath for 1 and 2 and then unwind totally. Good. Uncross the leg. Good. And then bring the knee out to the side. Let's just take a Janu Shirshasana. So we're going to fold towards head to knee pose, right? Head to knee pose, folding towards the extended leg. Lengthen the exhale. Come on, back up. And we're just going to switch sides. So bring the right knee in. Same thing. Ardha Matsyendrasana on this side, right? This is kind of a pretzel-y twist. So don't cross the foot if you think that might not feel good or if it's a little bit uncomfortable. You should be able to cross the foot and you should be like, oh yeah, this is comfortable. If it's not, uncross the foot and take the twist there. Right hand behind you, press up. That's your second spine there. It's holding you up. Wrap or elbow to the inside and bind. I'm wrapping on this side and look behind you. Keep reaching that left heel forward as you twist deeper. So as you sort of exhale and twist deeper, you see if you can bring that left heel forward just like a tiny, tiny bit. All right, let's take 2 more breaths. Inhale as you unwind. Exhale as you twist deeper. Exhale, belly to spine. And let's try 1 more. Inhale, untwist, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist deeper. Belly to spine, and now hold your breath for 1. You're holding on the exhale for 2. And then nice big inhale as you unwind. And take the foot out to the side. Give yourself some space, right? Just you don't have to have this foot touching, and then just bow towards the extended leg. Lengthen the exhale. And a nice forward fold there. And then come on back up. If you have your blanket, you can kneel on the blanket for a moment. Okay, don't make it too thick, just to pad your knees. Don't make it too thick. You don't want to be up too high. We're going to try camel pose. So camel pose is this really wonderful spring pose. So there's a few ways to do it. I'm going to have you use a block if you'd like to use a block. So place that block next to, if you have 2 blocks, then they go on either side of the ankles. Otherwise, you'll just use 1. It's okay, we modify. My toes are curled under. And I'm going to sit back on my heels, right? So my toes are curled under. I'm going to do this from the side. My toes are curled under. I'll put the block here. And I'm just sitting on the ankles. Put your hand on 1 block or 2 blocks. 2 blocks is optimal here, right? And let's just go 1 at a time. So inhale, reaching 1 arm up. Exhale, lower down. And then inhale, reach the other arm up. I know if you don't have a block, your fingertips are just sort of on your heels, right? Let's go up, press the hips forward and come back. So dynamic camel, 1 arm at a time. Arms helping, right, with the back bend. Okay, now both sit back on the heels. If you have 2 blocks, press into both blocks and then press yourself forward. If you move the blocks up, it's not quite as deep of a back bend, so place the block accordingly. Reaching back. I've got one hand on a heel and I've got one hand on a block. Now notice the shape you're in, right? Tuck your chin, tuck your chin. You're looking down towards your belly. You're actually in bridge pose, but you're doing it in a different orientation. So this is camel pose, right? Great pose for the spring. A nice deep breath. You're going to really feel the stretches the diaphragm. Feel the belly expand and then come back and sit on the heels. Okay. Good. I'm going to place my blanket in the center and I'm going to lay down on my back. So lying down on the back, take your hands to the thighs. Press your the base of the palm into the hip crease there. And make sure that's comfortable. My arms are nice and long. This is a great place, great length of my torso versus to my tops of my thighs for bridge pose. Arms down by the side. Bring your hands down and then press up into a really low bridge. Now, open and close the knees. Do you see that? What's happening in the back body there? Do you feel your glutes? When you butterfly the legs like this, your glutes are going to fire up. If they're not fired up, tap them, right? We have to wake them up. You need your glutes in bridge pose. Now imagine you have that block in between your knees. Imagine you're squeezing the block and you're pressing even higher. You either grab the sides of your mat and pull it apart, or you take your hands underneath you, walk your shoulder blades together, and take the highest bridge that you can take. This is a pose for strengthening the legs, strengthening the glutes, the back line of the body, opening the front line. It's an energizing pose. And when we hold it for 8 breaths, it's a pose, the therapeutic, prescriptive pose for osteoporosis. If you can really feel the belly sinking towards the back body in the exhale. Taking an inhale, watch the belly rise, exhale. Nice, slow, smooth exhale. Belly sinking to the back body. 2 more breaths. And last breath. Lower yourself all the way down. Good. Take your knees into your chest. Knees are nice and wide. Just rock on the low back a little bit. Bring both feet down onto the floor. Take the left arm, bring it to the inside of the left knee, and draw the left knee in. Now my elbow is to the inside of the knee, but I'm catching the pinky toe side of the foot. Bring the heel towards the sky, and then start pulling the knee towards the armpit, right, towards the mat. The one-legged happy baby here to open the hips. Take a few breaths into that. Nice hip opening. Now draw the right knee in and take the left foot and place the heel and the ankle right over the knee there, and bring your arms out like a T. You're in like a figure 4 with your right foot lifted. Drop that whole shape to the floor. So you're dropping it right. You're pressing your foot into the floor and open up that knee. So you're still in that pigeon. It's still an external rotation. Arms are out like a T. Take your left arm, reach it to the corner of the mat and look over at the armpit. Look over at the arm. Notice the breath now. right? It's this really nice asymmetrical stretch of your diaphragm. I was teaching you this stretch in seated. This is one of the stretches for the diaphragm. It's a twist. We were actually doing it seated, I think. Am I teaching this to you? I can't remember. I think that was my chair class. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is a great stretch for the diaphragm. So feel that diaphragmatic muscle moving up and down. Inhale, right? It sort of flattens out. It moves down towards the belly, to your stomach, and then that's on the inhale. And then on the exhale, it moves up towards the lungs. It separates the two cavities. There are two closed cavities, and that diaphragm separates them. Bring the arm down and bring everything back to center. Bring the feet back into bridge pose. And then take the right knee in. Take the right arm to the inside of the knee, but then catch the pinky toe and heel to the sky. See that? And then pull down, pull down, pull down. So look at that. I can actually, so I have more range of motion in this hip. I can bring this knee, even on a blanket, I can bring it all the way down to the mat. Make sure you're not lifting the hips on the left side, right? You want to keep the low back engaged. It's pressed into the floor. And you're just opening up. Now breathe just as if you could breathe in and down, right into that hip. And now draw the left knee up, right? 90-degree angle there at the hip, and then cross the right ankle over and bring your arms to a T. And then take that whole shape and drop it down until the whole right foot lands on the floor, bottom of the foot lands on the floor, and you can open the knee. You might need to take your left hand and press the knee towards the ceiling. Don't overdo, okay? So just listen to your body. It'll tell you exactly how far you can go. So listen to your body, yeah? Take the right arm up over the head, look over the right side, and just get this nice, big, asymmetrical, diagonal stretch of the diaphragm. And now breathe into it. Inhale, feel the belly rise. Exhale, pull the belly towards the back body. Yeah. We're moving it and stretching it. So in the spring, as energy sort of starts to, especially in the summer, there's a lot of, they call it rajasic energy. It's all of this, like, it can feel intense for some people, especially in the summer. And what happens is the body starts to sort of like move faster than the breath, and we forget to exhale fully. I want you to pay attention to the exhales. Okay, come on out of that. Take the knees back into the chest, just roll on the back and forth. And then take any movements that feel good for your body right now. We're going to go into our last pose, Shavasana, rest pose, corpse pose, like a celebration of the ending of rest, yeah? So really honor the pose and lengthen your legs long. And all of the movement you did really opened the body up. So feel the body open on the floor. Take the arms almost like into a starfish pose or something. Really open up. Feel the whole back body resting on the floor. Right? Feel the back just spreading across the floor with your breath. Take a few long exhales to expel anything that's sort of stuck or where there could be any tightness. Just take some deliberate exhales. You feel yourself sort of landing and arriving in rest. Start to notice the body relaxing. Start to notice the breath relaxing. I'm going to stay here for 4 more minutes. So get really comfortable. If you can make yourself 5% more comfortable, do that. Cover up with a blanket, or body wants to feel safe and supported so that it can relax. So feeling warm, feeling grounded. Right? No pain. Just in this moment right here, feeling safe and at peace and at home in your body. Just watching the breath, that familiar breath. Feeling the body softening, yeah? Just as the earth this time of year is softening. Feel the whole body softening. Our bodies have the same elements as the earth. We are of the earth. We are not on the earth. We are of the earth. We watch nature for our cues because we are nature. Paying exquisite attention to change in the body. So when you feel a sensation in the body, it's usually because of a thought. Yeah. So thoughts create emotions and that creates sensations. So paying attention so that we can move along with change. And so start to deepen the breath. Start to bring a little movement to the body. And then roll to the right or the left. And just take a couple breaths in that side lying position before you push up to seated, right? Dana Falls, one of my favorite poets, she's at Kripalu. She says, "This is the season of flowering, when the full force of the earth's energy moves up to manifest its destiny." So press yourself back up to seated. And then bringing the hands to the heart. May we be safe. May we be healthy. May we be at peace. May we move through this transition with grace and strength and vitality. And may we become a source of strength for others. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. And I look forward to seeing you all next week.